good afternoon, and the goal will be to have this turn into good morning. My name is Joseph Wilkie, which I'm sure the YouTube channel shares already. However, I have chose to start a YouTube channel. I currently work as a physical education teacher at Milwaukee Academy of Science, so work as an inner city teacher in Milwaukee. Quick summary of the story is grew up to a single mom and wanted to be able to serve as a role model for kids in a similar position. So that's how I really ended up falling into teaching. And over my course of teaching, I've just realized that the impact that I want to make is not being done so through education, just because, from my perspective, these kids are going through a lot of challenges in their home lives, and no different than kids from a suburb such as myself growing up in Sheboygan. We got to start getting information out to kids that really matters to their life, talking about how to create the right family dynamics, how to be a good child, how to be a good sibling, how to be a good cousin, how to be a good friend, how to take care of your money, having good financial literacy, how to take care of your mental health, how to take care of your spirituality. There's so many topics that do not get addressed. What you should be eating, the nutrition right now, the amount of kids that are eating hot Cheetos is scary. So I've decided to create this YouTube channel. Also over here, if we tilt, we can see that I do have the mic stand set up. I actually bought that for recording purposes in regards to music that I make. However, I realized that my buddy Quave is a much better resource than me trying to figure it out on my own, and that's a big tip right there, is just making sure that you are letting experts be experts. I'm currently reading and almost done with The Power of Intention by Wayne Dyer, and I wasn't going to talk about this. However, one thing he talks about is using your life to explore whatever geniuses you want to, and if you decide that something is not a genius of yours, then you don't have to pursue it. So one thing with music is I am gifted in regards to putting together words and putting a flow to it. However, in regards to the engineering side, it's not a gift of mine, and it's not something that I want to spend my time doing, so therefore I'm not going to do it. So the goal is going to be for me to daily wake up, do my daily gratitude every day. When I wake up, I lay in bed and I give thanks for all the things that oftentimes we don't think about, whether that's the ability to breathe, your blood circulation, having a roof over your head, which I'm blessed to have, being able to have all 5 of my senses, which I'm blessed to have, the ability to think, the ability to create, the ability to move, to bend, to reach, to jump, to play basketball. I love hooping. There are so many things that we have to be grateful for family, for another day to wake up. Just the list goes on and on. A lot of times we overlook those things because we live in a society that's constantly putting pressure on us to want more, rather than realizing how great it is what we already have. And understanding that in order to have more, you have to show to the universe that you're grateful for what you do have. Because why would life allow you to run a $10 million company if you're not even able to budget yourself on a $40,000 salary? So what I wanted to do this morning is simply share a few takeaways that I learned just from my daily morning routine. Again, that starts off with giving gratitude. After that, I am hitting a book, and then I'm just writing down my goals. So a couple takeaways. One I actually took towards the end of my gratitude session, and that was understanding how important it is that we treat the world the same way that we expect our cells in our body to treat us. So we are the cells of the world. And the reason that the world is polluted is because we've chose to pollute it. And we would be extremely disappointed if our body was doing that to us. If our red and white blood cells and all that stuff that I have no idea about because it's not my expertise, if our body just let us down and was constantly letting us get sick, if we got a cut and it didn't heal ourselves, we'd be disappointed. So it's extremely important that we take care of the planet in that same way. We are the cells of the planet. And I just really realized that this morning, because right now we're a cancer to the planet, and that's why the planet is dying. So it's up to us as a collective to choose to improve that. Something that I learned from my reading today from Wayne Dyer is that genius is a function of surrendering to the source. So he refers to source as God, as Allah, whatever name you want to use. Genius is a function of surrendering to the source so dramatically that one's ego is significantly minimized. And I don't remember, I believe it was Hamlet when he was referring to this understanding. And whoever the famous actor was in this play was seen distraught after the play. And people were saying, "Why are you distraught? You just did amazing." And he said, "It's because I don't know how I was able to do that. I don't know if I'll ever be able to recreate that." So just understanding that that's what genius is that you let go of your ego and you just allow life to live. I'm a big intuition believer. I believe that one of the greatest transitions is learning how to move from using your mind to make decisions to allowing your heart to make decisions. And that's where your genius comes from. Albert Einstein said, and I learned everything about Albert Einstein from Steve Harvey, that your imagination is your preview to life's coming attractions. In other words, your imagination is God, life source, etc., showing you a preview of what's to come in your life. And the only way that that won't happen is if you choose not to believe it. So here again, this actor had submitted so much, had let go of ego and just let life perform, just let life run its act. And because so, it became a genius performance. So my recommendation there for us is that we choose to let life be life and just let life live itself in every way. And the second point that I pulled from the reading, and this is just interesting to me, is all geniuses. So we look at certain people, we look at Jesus, Mother Teresa, Albert Einstein, Beethoven, the list goes on of people that we look as geniuses. All geniuses share the same life force animating them as you do. And I just really like the word animating because I'm a big believer. I swear I found this in a John Maxwell book and I couldn't find it again. However, the quote of, "We're not humans having spiritual experiences, we are spiritual beings having a human experience." And I just really love that Wayne used the word animating there and saying that, hey, those people, they got animated. They're getting animated by life in the same way that you are. They just chose to tap in and let life live them rather than having their ego try to go through life. And I've personally found that it's much easier to allow life to take over and allow things to unfold in the time that they're meant to unfold. And I am extremely grateful for life allowing me to share this with you today, because this was truthfully take one, and I take no credit for it. I give all credit for being able to speak with you this morning to life and just allowing the words to animate through me and ideally touch multiple of your souls and spirits today. So I wish everybody a beautiful and fruitful day and look forward to chatting tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.